Good morning students, welcome to the next video of punctuation. In this video we will discuss about the remaining punctuation marks. So first one is dash. What is dash? So dash is a horizontal line and we use it to set off a word or phrase from the other part of the sentence. And second use is that to show emphasis. To show emphasis means when we need to show emphasis, then we use dash. Like see, Linda Simpson, comma, the president's most trusted economic advisor, comma, will resign her office during today's press conference. The sentence is okay, but if we use dash instead of comma, then it will add more emphasis on the sentence. Like Linda Simpson, the president's most trusted economic advisor, will resign her office during today's press conference. So see, you can see the difference. When we use comma, we just take a normal pause, but when we use dash, then we show emphasis, then we add emphasis to that sentence. Next one is hyphen. We use hyphen to join two or more words serving as a single adjective. Now in the comma only I told you that when two adjectives are there for the same noun, then we separate those adjectives using comma. But if those two adjectives are acting as one, working as one adjective, then we use hyphen there. Like a one-way street. What kind of street? The street is one way. Here one way, whenever you have heard this word, one way comes together. So as these two words come together, so here these two are acting as one adjective, and as it is acting as one adjective, that's why we will use hyphen. We use hyphen with numbers that you already know, 46, 35, 63, whatever numbers will be there, we will separate it by using hyphen. Then we use hyphen with certain prefixes. For example, ex-husband, okay, ex is an prefix and it is used with husband, ex-husband. Self-assured, how assured, self-assured. Mid-September, when in mid-September, like these. So whenever we are joining, means whenever we are describing any noun using two adjectives and these two adjectives are acting as one, then we use then we use hyphen. Second one, with numbers we use hyphen. Third one, with certain prefixes we use hyphen. Next one is parenthesis. Now, if there is a sentence written and if we have to indicate something hidden word, some hidden word there, without which also the sentence will be complete, then it is called parenthesis. Now you can see he received 150 points on his maths project. So in this video, in this line, in this example, you can see this sentence is complete without this number, but still it is here. So here it is hidden word. Means without that also the sentence is meaningful. It is not compulsory to write there, but still it is written there. So it is written in parenthesis. Next one is apostrophe. We use apostrophe to indicate the omission of a letter or letters from a word. Like for example, we write this ma'am, okay? Everyone write ma'am like this. Why here apostrophe is given? Because if you will go with the full form, then it will be madam. Okay, so from here D word is omitted, that's why here only the apostrophe is added. So whenever we omit any letter from any word, then we use apostrophe in place of that word, in place of that alphabet. Next use of a first apostrophe is in possessive manner. Okay, Now, in possessive manner, it can be used in like normally teacher's table, whose table, teacher's table, officer's chamber, whose chamber, officer's chamber. But if the noun is plural and ending in s, then we use the apostrophe, we write the apostrophe after s. Earlier one, we wrote teacher's table, teacher, then apostrophe s, okay? But if the noun is plural ending with s, then we will write the apostrophe after s. Workers' problem, students' research, customers' demand, like this only. And if the noun is plural but it is not ending in s, then we will follow the normal rule, that is putting apostrophe s. Okay, so we use apostrophe in three different situations. First, when we have to omit any alphabet from the word, like she will, it is written she'll, did not, it is written didn't, like this. Second one, when we have to show possession, like teacher's table, teacher apostrophe as teacher's table. Then third one and fourth one is related to plural nouns. Second one was for singular noun only. Now third and fourth is for plural noun. So what's the difference? When the plural noun is ending with s, then we use apostrophe after s. Okay, but if the plural noun is normal like children, not ending in s, then we write apostrophe s. So these are the four different uses of apostrophe. Now next one is capital letters. It is also a part of punctuation. When we use capital letters, so first, at the start of a new sentence, whenever we start any new sentence, we begin the sentence with capital letter, like the cat sat on the mat. Then I is an exception. Anywhere, wherever we will write I, it will always be written in capital letter. Then with proper noun, whenever we write any proper noun, if it is written in between also, then also we will write in capital letter. So we use capital letters for three reasons. First, when we begin any sentence. Second, when we have to write I, it will always be written in capital letter. Third, with proper nouns. Proper nouns are always written in capital letters. Then we use capital letters to write titles like Dr. Jones, Mr. Brown, for book, film, company titles. Now this one you can say these are also proper nouns. The Catcher in the Rye, The Wizard of Oz, Briggs and Sons. So whenever there is any name of book, any film, any company, then we use capital letter. And next use of capital letter is in direct speech. Like whenever we will start any direct speech, then we will start it with capital letter. So 6 different uses of capital letters. First one, it is used to begin a sentence. Second, I is always in capital. Third, people's name means proper noun will always be in capital. Fourth, whenever we will write title, then we write in capital letter. Fifth, with any names of book, any film, any company. And sixth one, whenever we will write any direct speech, then we will start that direct speech with capital letter only. So these were the different types of punctuation marks and their uses when we have to use which punctuation mark. So I hope you have understood this chapter with the help of this video very easily. It's not that much hard chapter, you can understand it easily, just you need to do some practice verbs. So that's all for today, students. Thank you.